Hello again, this is Sports Betting Whale. It's Monday, April 24th, 2017. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This last weekend, you'll see on the screen here the progressive system of the round-robin approach that Sports Betting Whale recommends and uses to show you how powerful this system is and how much you can progress very quickly, which I've been talking about on this video all along. And you had a demonstration of example of it over a 3-day period. Myself, I started with a little over $7,000 on Friday, and I turned, you'll see here on the screen the tickets, I turned the $7,000 into $26,000-ish on Friday. Of that, I took my money back that I had put in on Friday and let the profit from Friday roll over into Saturday. The $20,000 I put in on Saturday turned into $47,500 on Saturday night. I went ahead and put that into play on Sunday, and I ended up with a total of over $100,000. So $7,000 to start on Friday led to over $100,000 on Sunday night. And I wasn't able to progress like I would want to because of the fact that I hit the max limits on the round robins that I was allowed to take. Had I gone for it like I've done before in the old days, or like on Pinnacle or the Mirage, where they would let me go up to 20,000 away on round robins, that run that you just experienced seeing firsthand Friday through Sunday would have been $1 million weekend for me. So that's an example of how it happened before. And if I had a lot to play with, it would have been a $2 or $3 million weekend if I would have started with 50 or 60,000 instead of starting with 7. So I just wanted you to see how quickly this system progresses. I'm going to be talking more about that a little bit later. A question from Efren that comes in, and you can see on the screen, you can text or email us and let us know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them for you. And as you remember, I answered them during the cold streak too, so I don't hide when things aren't going well, and I'm not sitting here boasting when things are going well. This is a system that works. It's worked for me for over 25 years. If you use it properly, you'll always end up ahead. You'll end up way ahead if you have the courage to progress when I recommend to progress. Again, example with me, I turned over a 14 to 1 return in 3 days. So let's say you started with $1,000. You would end up with $14,000 or $15,000 over that 3-day period following the same system that I did. If you started with 500, you would have ended up with 7,500. That's meaningful. That makes a big difference for you. And it's not over yet either, because this is a 3-day run, but I've been talking a lot about going on 5-day and 7-day and 10-day runs. Those are the ones that you progress into really kind of ridiculous money quick, assuming you have the ability to do it. So Efren says, "Hi, this is Efren. I'm doing cartwheels right now after all your huge run this weekend. I'm a small player, but this is awesome. Great job. I have a goal of reaching $1 million. For people who have a replenishable bankroll of $500, how long do you think it will take to reach 1 million using your round robin system? If you can replenish the 500 up to 10 times, that's the key. Because if we're going to be really aggressive, and sometimes we're going to have some false starts, but once we catch the 3 to 5 to 7 day runs, we're going to be able to put back way more than what you started with. So even if we do catch a cold spell, you're going to be way up, and you're going to be starting with higher unit amounts and a higher bankroll next time we go on a run. So if you can replenish that $500 10 times, that means you have access to get a total of $5,000 if you need it. Hopefully you can run right off the bat. If you started with this weekend, your $500 would be $7,500 right now, and you could go ahead and take back whatever amount you wanted to and run with the rest. So that's how the system works. The Champ system's putting together a really detailed program analysis so that there won't be any guesswork anymore, and you won't let your emotions get into play, and you'll just be able to follow the system. If it says do this, do it. If it says to do that, do that. So we'll make it down, or create it more of a scientific approach for you, and you'll see on these streaks where you'll see 15, 20, 50, 100 to 1 times your initial bankroll. That's pretty impressive, and it really emphasize the fact that we're going to maximize the return during the hot streaks, and we're going to minimize the loss during the cold streaks. The losses during the cold streaks won't even matter. They're ante in the poker game compared to the big pots we win when we get hot. Another question, at what point do you stop accelerating or take money out of the pot as you're moving forward? That's a personal decision. Example for me, on Friday, after the win on Friday, I went ahead and put the $7,000 I started with back in my pocket, and I rode with the winnings from Friday. Everybody's got their own risk tolerances, and it also comes down to the money that you're investing. Is that money that you can easily afford to lose and replace, or is it something that is really kind of critical to what you want from your investment portfolio? I always recommend to take back at least what you have in to start with, or double that amount. So example, you start out with $5,000 under this system. We're going to get you up to $50,000 or $100,000 pretty quickly on a run. Go ahead and take $10,000 of that money and lock it away. That's your bankroll money to start with next time, which would be twice as much as you started with this time. Also, take some of your winnings and spend it. Have some fun. Invest it. Buy things. Do things with it. The system is set up to allow you to rake from it and continue to progress with whatever your daily amount is. Now let's get back to what is a unit? A unit, as we all know, a unit's not a unit. One of the things that's really important to understand, this system is a progressive system, and it progresses during your hot streaks, and it degresses during the cold streaks. So it's not a standard play. It's not a unit play. A unit's not a unit when it comes to figuring out your wins or losses. The key thing to understand about the sports betting whales round robin system is that it's a progressive system. It progresses when we're hot, and it degresses when we're cold. During a cold spell, you've heard me over and over talk about it's like ante in the game. You're betting lunch money. You're putting small amounts in, just waiting for us to get hot. Well, unfortunately, some people didn't get that message as clearly as we wanted. So with the help of the champ system, we're putting together a program that's going to take the guesswork out of how much do you put in every day. Because right now it's all based on units, and we all know a unit's not a unit. What we got in the situation is that a unit is a percentage of your daily bankroll. So for me, that might be $1,000 away. For someone else, it might be 100. But it also depends on what's your bankroll at the start of the day. If you can't replenish, we're taking your bankroll and dividing by 5. That becomes your daily pool. Now on Saturday, we sent out an email to everybody saying, replenish what you have plus whatever you want on Friday. That becomes your daily pool because we had a great Friday. So we felt comfortable that we're about to start a run. So on Saturday, your average unit play, which would have been your percentage of your daily bankroll, the dollar amount would have been 3 or 4 times as high as it was earlier during the cold spell. Then on Sunday, that amount had already tripled. So the amount you're playing on Sunday would have been 5 or 6 times as much money as a normal unit play was for each one of us. And you had the multiplier effect of 3 to 1 on Sunday. So in reality, what I've been talking about all along was that you could wipe out this entire cold streak with 1 3-day run. You did it in 2 days. When you accelerated on Saturday, the Saturday wins and the Sunday wins by the increased amounts ended up taking out everything that somebody would have had at a loss stage going into Saturday and Sunday. That's the beautiful part of this system. And again, I know that not everybody has clearly understood that, and the champ system's putting it down together. So going forward, even if some of you have to start with new money right now, going forward, we're going to have this down to a science. You're going to see how to keep the amounts down during the cold streaks and maximize during the hot streaks. Another thing that's good news, we're getting into more solidly into baseball season, and you can see I'm hitting round robins like clockwork now, and that's more typical what we're used to. You're not seeing the cold streak right now at all. The cold streak we experienced at the end of the college basketball season, the end of the NBA season, was the worst I've ever seen. So if the system can withstand that and still bounce back in 2 or 3 days, imagine during a typical scenario where we lose 2 or 3 days, 4 days, and bounce back, lose a day or two, then bounce back, then hit a 5-day streak, then lose a couple, then hit a 5-day streak. That's more like what we're used to and you're going to be seeing. So very, very important that everyone understand that forget about the whole units stuff. It doesn't matter. It's a percentage of your bankroll. It's all about dollars. You don't take a unit and take it to your bank and say, I want to deposit it. You deposit cash. So to me, it doesn't matter how many supposed units, like the champ system keeps track of things, how much I'm up or down. What matters to me is how many dollars are you up or down. You know, as we all know, we can't take our units to the bank and deposit them. We can't take our units to the store and buy something with it. We use money. So what I've been talking to the champ system about, now this system we use at the Whale Round Robin Accelerator program is different than what everyone else is used to who bets standard straight amounts. This system will win you more money in a 2 or 3 day run than you would anywhere else in a year or 2 years. It's incredible how it works. I'm so excited for you all to experience it. And I know that during the end of the college basketball, the end of the NBA, and some of the spring training in baseball, it was just, nothing was clicking. But we're into the regular season now of baseball, and we're in the playoff season in the NBA, and I'm historically strong in both. And you're seeing it. You're seeing it firsthand. You don't have to take my word for it anymore. You're seeing the results. You're seeing the confidence I have in taking the plays myself and showing you, well before the games start, here's what I have my own money on. It's the same thing I'm telling you to do. And I've told you before about, and I've shown you proof on the website about how much I've won before, and that I'm one of the most prolific handicappers, sports handicappers in Nevada history. Well, you're seeing how. And had I had the ability to progress, I could have turned this run into many, many hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. But it's still, think about it from what I did. I started with just a little over 7 on Friday, turned it into over 100 on Sunday. And we didn't hit everything. I didn't rack the board. I just hit enough to be able to progress 15 to 1 off the starting bankroll in 3 days. That's what I want you all to experience. We're going to put together this system so that you're going to be able to take the guesswork out of it. And again, please don't pay attention to what the unit counts are. I'm just doing that right now because that's how the champ system works, but that's not how the dollars really work. So we'll explain that more in future videos and also on the email. So make sure you sign up to get the email explanation, and then also the money management system and the calculator that we're creating for you. I think you're going to really appreciate it. Okay, today we have 4 plays. In baseball, I'm going to go round robin, 3s and a 4, and we're recommending that you take 4 units, 4% of your daily bankroll on this round robin. 901 Cubs, 903 Reds, 908 Arizona, 914 Texas. 901 Cubs, 903 Reds, 908 Arizona, 914 Texas. And again, that's a 3s and a 4. Another baseball round robin, 3s and a 4 at 4% of your daily bankroll that you have allocated for a total of 20%. 906 Colorado, 911 under on Kansas City, 917 over on Toronto, 909 LA Dodgers. That's 906 Colorado, 911 under on Kansas City, 917 over on Toronto, 909 LA Dodgers. In the NBA, we're taking round robins of 2s and a 3, and we're recommending that you take a total of 4% of your daily bankroll on it for a total of 16%. 518 Toronto Raptors, 519 over on the Washington Wizards, and 521 Golden State. Same thing for the same 3 teams for the first half, 2s and a 3, 4% of your daily bankroll for a total of 16. 15-18 Toronto, 15-19 over on Washington, 15-21 Golden State. So please look for your emails to see how we're going to make this a scientific approach, take the guesswork out of it, get you to where you minimize losses during the cold spells, maximize during the hot, and you can see for yourself how well this works. Champ System's going backwards now and applying this approach all the way from day one, and we'll show on a theoretical bankroll what would have happened using this approach from the beginning till now, and that should be available soon. And again, we'll be happy to email it and discuss it on the video. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Going forward, I'll continue to release all of my daily picks to you for free if you text me or subscribe to my mailing list. So make sure to text me or subscribe to my free mailing list so I can continue sending you all of my picks every day. I've made tens of millions of dollars betting on sports over the years, and now I'm finally breaking my secret so that you too can share in my success. All you have to do is either click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text message to my phone number at 702-462-1135. If you're texting me from outside the United States, add the +1, so it's +1 702-462-1135. I will begin texting and emailing you with all of my daily picks whenever they come up. Remember, subscribing to my mailing list is 100% free, no strings attached. And every day that you're not a subscriber to my free mailing list is another day that you may have missed out on one of my devastating winning runs. So be sure to click on the link in the description of this video or send me a text at 702-462-1135, or if you're outside of the United States, +1 702-462-1135 to join my mailing list today, 100% free. And you'll be the first to know when I release my killer picks every single day. Again, 100% free.